Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. And today I am featuring this gorgeous paper that's in the background here, that's on the front cover of our mini catalogue that started on the 1st of July and runs until end of December. The paper comes from the Lights Aglow suite and is called Lights Aglow. The colours that are in there are Cherry Cobbler, Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, Fairy Vanilla, Basic Black and Gold. And there's lots of lovely gold. So this is a speciality pack because it has that gold foiling on it. The designs, all of them on one side will have some gold, some more than others, and you've got ones that have got these lovely frames, and then on the other side there isn't any foiling but lots of lovely designs nonetheless. Just quickly make sure you've seen them all. If you do see it in the catalogue, you do get a little thumbnail image, but it is much nicer to see it all in its full glory. So that's the foiled side, and then we've got some plain stars, these kind of bokeh dots in different colours, more kind of stars. So there's lots of designs in here that are not at all Christmassy and could be used all year round. So if you're concerned about investing in a pack of paper thinking I don't really make very many Christmas projects, then this one's a good solution, because there's loads of things that you could use all year round. And today's project is not at all Christmassy as well. And I don't have a finished version of it. I have my prototype I have eventually worked out the measurements for, and I've not put it together because just in case I've got the measurements wrong, I've left it like that so I can use it as a template and make sure I don't go wrong during the video. But this has been designed with Stampin Dimensionals in mind. We sell them in two sizes, the mini ones and the normal original ones, and you can also get a mixed pack of them in black. And these standard packs come with 3 sheets in there, and 3 sheets will fit in there perfectly. Or if you want to take this to, say, a craft class rather than taking your full packs, then that's nice and handy to have one of each in there and maybe a sheet of the black ones, or one of her small packs of embellishments are the same size as those dimensionals. So these ones are the iridescent pearls. Absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully you can capture the iridescence on there. So I'm going to make that as a gift for a crafting friend. Let's crack on with it. So to start off with, I've already gone ahead and cut a piece of Cherry Cobbler card. I'm changing out the designer series paper to this one. So this piece is 9 1/8, sorry about the 1/8, by 8 inches. Now I have specifically designed this so that it can be made using US cardstock, which is 8 inches wide, whereas our UK cardstock is 8 1/4, so I had to trim off a tiny little bit from the width, and I take a bit off the length as well. So let me just show you on the trimmer where you would do the 9 inches is to there, and then you want 9 1/8. I'm trying to make sure I don't have the glare on there, can't really see it properly, is not that first line but the second line there. So that's 9 1/8 of an inch by 8 inches. Okay, so with my trimmer I am going to do the score lines as well. So your trimmer has 2 blades, this nice sharp one that will do the cutting, and then this one here, the lighter coloured one, will do your scoring for you. So I'll just double check that that is the long side. So this is 9 1/8. I want to line that up at 3/8 of an inch. So this first line here, this first long line, is 1/4, and I want to take that to 3. So it's just short of the 1 centimetre line, 3/8 of an inch. So lining that up there, 3/8. Make sure I've got that butted up there, and just score on that. Then I want to do it at 3/4 of an inch, which is a nice easy measurement. Okay, so 3/4, and then 4 3/4, and 5 1/8. Okay, now on the short side, let me just make sure I've got this the right way round, and as I say, because I did so much chopping and changing with this, so I've got that there. So with those 2 lines at the bottom, yeah, so 2 score lines at the bottom, I want to score that at, again, 3/8 of an inch. Then at 4 7/8, which is just before the 5. Oh yeah, 4 7/8, and then 5 1/4. Oh, I do hope this is right. Looks good to me. So I want to take a great big chunk out of this. Let me just get a pen and I will show you. So I want to take that bit out, that bit, those bits, right the way down to this line here. Okay, so I am going to line that back up at 3 7/8. No, it wasn't, it was 4. 4, and I can cut that down. So I'm making sure that that line is lined up with my score line, which is at 3 1/8 of an inch there. Okay, press that in, chop up, and then I want to cut along that same score line. So that is at 4 7/8 again, but from the bottom I'm going right up to that 5 1/8. And if you don't go all the way up, it's not a problem. You can just bring in your snips and just finish that like so. Okay, so that's the first bit of that done, like that. Okay, then I decided actually I didn't want to have this bit right up to the top, because then it was difficult to get the dimensionals in and out. So I then changed my mind and I should have changed my instructions, but I just wanted to take off another section here. So that then became, if I do that at 3 1/2 and have that at my 5 1/8 there, bring that down like that, and I've chopped that because I didn't have it lined up and I shouldn't have had that there anyway, but that was just my prototype. And again, you can just use your snips to bring that in there. I'm not going to use my trimmer again, I'm just going to chop down that line to bring that together. Okay, so we now have a messed up choppy line there, so I'm just going to tidy, because I will use that one myself. Alright, so we've got that shape there. I now need designer series paper to put onto these two pieces there. And what did I do with it? I put it underneath my trimmer. Okay, so this is a directional piece, so I can decide whether I want the stripes to go across or up and down. Doesn't really matter. I want this to be, I've lost my bit of paper, 3 3/4 inches wide. Okay, and then I'm going to trim that bit down to 2 1/2 inches. That's one of my pieces, and then 2 7/8, and that's another bit, so that's a little bit scrap, as was the first bit. First bit will be getting used on a card, don't you worry about that. Okay, so the bigger bit goes on here and the smaller bit goes on there. Let me just do that and then we can do the folding and the cutting. And the gluing, well, we've done most of the cutting, it's just a couple of little bits to create the tabs. Gluing, and then we can decorate. And even although I haven't made this, I have prepped the decoration on it. Okay. Just to make sure you're happy with where that is, then give it a press down. I use my bone folder, and you would wait. Gosh, I was going to say I think I've moved that. Yeah, I definitely have. Dearie me, that is definitely squint, or on the wonk, as some of my friends refer to it in their videos. Dear, dear. Right, I'll just kind of take that little bit off there. I'm going to have sticky fingers now. Put a bit more glue on that. The great advantage of using wet glue is that you've got some manoeuvrability. The great disadvantage of using wet glue is that it can move when you don't want it to. entirely straight, but I wanted to cover up some of those glue marks on there. Okay, so let me just clean my hands. Any hand sanitizer, alcohol-based ones will get rid of that tacky glue for you. So simply burnishing the lines as always. Okay. And then this one right the way along there. And these two. Like so. Alright. Trying to keep my desk tidy, but it just doesn't work. I'm not a tidy crafter, obviously. So straight up that little bit at the bottom, just to that horizontal line. Okay. This last one here, I'm going to take off, but I'm also going to take off a tiny little wedge from the side there, and I'll take off a tiny little wedge from there as well. Okay, and then I want to take the tiniest little wedges off there, because it really is a small tab, and if you chop it too much you'll have nothing left, and we don't want that. It'll be quite so sturdy then. Okay, so get rid of those bits. I want to put glue, and I'm going to use my little glue because I'd get myself in an awful mess otherwise. And I do have a glue spreader. I can't remember if it was Jill or Jez, who, I think it might have been Jez, that discovered these. I think they're for hairdressing or makeup or something. They're something from the beauty industry, but they're kind of like silicone, and they're great for spreading glue around, and then the rest of the world has just jumped on that bandwagon, quite rightly so. So just folding those over. Because it's small, it is a little bit tricky. I really wanted to make sure that I wasn't wasting any card and that it was easy for everybody to follow. So I should have done that one first. I normally do. Okay, that on. So. And again, you can use your bone folder on the inside to press that down when you're absolutely happy with it. Oh, I've not been in my craft room for 3 weeks because I've been away on vacation, which was absolutely lovely. But I don't know what's happened to my brain, honestly. You should have seen me trying to work out the flipping directions for this. And yeah, I definitely should have done that side one first, then put that one over. So yeah, it was either Jill or Jez. So Jez is nijeza.co.uk and Jill is paperdaisycrafting.co.uk, and they are both fabulous crafters. So if you don't already follow them, go and check them out. So there we have our little box, perfect for our dimensionals and a little thing of embellishments. So they just pop straight in there, no problem at all. Okay, so you could leave it like that, but I wanted to use the Alphabest Bundle, so stamp set and punch, and I also wanted to use this rectangular postage stamp punch. I've done some of the work, but I'm going to show you first. The Alphabest stamp set clearly has all of the alphabet on it, but it's also got some punctuation marks and a few other bits and pieces that you might find handy, and some of these patterned ones. So this little one here I've got mounted up, and pop that down. I've managed to get ink in the middle, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't actually transfer. So you stamp your border, and then you can pop your letter inside, like so, and then the cute little best label punch. And the reason I did them that way rather than stamping them that way is so that it's easier to come in with your punch, line that up, make sure you've got a nice even border right the way around, and then punch, out it pops, and then I can do the other one like so. Now that went flying, but it's alright because I don't need it because I've already done them. When I do my blogs, etc., I quite often say that I'm going to pop it up on Dimensionals. So I thought it would be mildly amusing to me, if nobody else, that I do pop it. And on that label I've got up, and you see if you put those close together it kind of looks like tear off tickets. So that will go, strangely enough, on Dimensionals. Now I keep my Dimensionals on my craft desk in a little drawer that's in a little cabinet, but I want to put them just along the bottom, and I'm actually going to use 3, so it ain't going nowhere. Alright, take the backings off those. And one of my other friends, Verity of inkybutterfly.com, gives us this other great little glue tip that if you want to make sure that you've got everything totally lined up before you press that down, if you put a little bit of glue on your Dimensionals, it gives you that wiggle room. If I didn't have that, it would be stuck. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that there. That gives us some room to tuck that under there, and that's going to keep that nice and secure. All right, so I'm going to freestyle this, and I'm going to judge it by eye. And if you ever watch Jill of Paper Daisy Crafting, you will know that Jill is superbly precise on everything that she does. She does a lot of really clean cards, and everything is measured precisely. I'm a bit more gung-ho than that, I'm afraid. And it's handmade. It's a gift made with love for a fellow crafting friend. Just slide those together. So pop. And this is one of the good things about using a paper with lines on it, is you can use the lines. Just try and get it straight. Over that tiny little bit if I can. There we go. Pop it up. A cute little, well, it's not so little because dimensionals are not, sheets are not so little, but handy holder for each size of your dimensionals, and an extra spare one or some of the black ones, or a pack of iridescent pearls fits in there as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you can, that'd be fabulous. If you're new to my channel, then please do click on the subscribe button and click the bell to get notified of my next tutorial. Until then, take care. Bye bye.